Well, yesterday we steamed her up. Today we're going to drain the old roller down because we've had some frosty nights, and so I'm going to drain her down for a month and let the weather maybe hopefully warm up. We can't go anywhere with her in the tier system we got at the moment anyway, so today we're going to drain her out. So what I've got to do to drain her out, you have to put a fire in, warm her up a bit, but she's still, what I can do with the camera, but she's still warm. She's been sat here all night in the frost and she's still warm to the touch, so she won't want much of a fire in her, just to warm her up. And then you drain it down warm, and what happens is it gets a chance to dry because it's steam, it evaporates, the water evaporates, so then all your pump and all your fittings come off, but everything has a chance to dry out and it stops corrosion. So that's today's job. I thought I'd update you on that. I might show you a couple of bits as we go, taking bits off, etc. But yeah, she's going to bed for the next month, and we'll see what the weather does and see what the world situation does, to be honest. So thanks for watching. I'll show you a few bits as we go along, hopefully. So I've just seen this. This is the reason why we're draining them out. Look, this is on the rivet squeezer. You can see that ice, thick. Can't even get it out. No, can't even get that out of there, but look. Thick ice. So that is why we drain the engines down in this weather, because that would do thousands of pounds worth of untold damage. Right, so the pressure gauge is off. Next I've got to get that pipe there off that feeds the pressure gauge, and it's right down in there, see, connected to the end of that tap. So that's the next step of winterising her. Right, I'll give you a bit of a demonstration. What happens if you don't take it off, the water lays in the bottom of there, because that's the steam goes up like that, it comes in and feeds the pressure gauge. Now if you don't take it off, the water lays in the bottom of there, and it lays in the bottom of that bit there, and it will freeze up and burst your pipe. Hence why we take it off. So, another bit done, on to the next step. Right, so now we've got the hose connected to the bottom of the blowdown valve, so we're draining the boiler now. The tender's drained out. I undid the plug, drained that into cans and tipped it away, but I don't want to make a mess all over the ground, so that's now draining out the boiler. And the next job, I've got to get this pipe here. That one's got to come off. That goes right up to the pump. Now that's the pump. And if that has water laying in the bottom and freezes, smash that cast into bits. There's all little chambers and bits inside there. You won't get another one, you can't weld it, you're in deep trouble. So this is why we drain them all down. Catch you in a bit. So now I've got to do the other end. This is the feed for the pump on the side of the tender. So there's the other end of that pipe I showed you. So them two have got to come apart to get that pipe off. So that's the next little step. So that's that bit done. Pipe's off. There's the pipe, look. Big long old bugger there, look. But again, what happens is if you don't do it, the water lays in the bottom of these bends and she'll freeze up. So that's another bit done. And that's so I can now, the pump's drained out. Now I've got to push my finger up in there. There's a little valve, look. Trying to do this one-handed. I've got to release that little valve in there, look, to drain that excess water out. Because if I don't, and that freezes, again, more problems. So I'll come back to you in a minute when I do the next bit. Right, next job, got to get that injector, that piece there, and its feed pipes off. Bit tricky because dirty great big roll in the way. Anyway, so yeah, that's the last piece really, and then we can wrap it all up. So, but most important, that comes off. New one, oh my god, £1,000, and I got no work and my life savings sat here, so I've got to look after her. Right, so that's the injector off, but obviously you leave them on the old water. I don't know, not a lot left in there now, it's run out, but if you leave them on, they sit with water in them, that still a bit comes out. So what we do, that will go home with me, along with the gauge frame, and that will go on the mantelpiece to dry out. So that's a big expensive old lump of bronze, that is. You don't want to be having to buy a new one of them, or have one made, to be honest. Yeah, so it pays to do this, definitely. But that's important, most important job. It feeds, using the power of steam, it draws cold water from the tender up into the boiler. Without that, you're in trouble. So most important piece of equipment, gotta look after it. Now then, last job before I go, some old engine oil, used junky stuff, a manky paintbrush. I'm going to give the old smoke box on the front a good old soaking, anything that's like bare metal, you know, give it a good slosh with some old oil, keep the water out, protect it a bit, and then we're pretty much just about done. Look, I've got a moustache nearly, blimey. Well, there, all wrapped and sheeted. I have to be careful what I show you around the rest of the yard, but yeah, so that's her now until the weather warms up and we get her all out and we put her back together again, and we go and have some fun. So, but she's all ready for winter, she'll withstand anything now, so there you go. So that's it, taking me about 5 hours, I suppose. Takes longest to drain all the water out, but she's drained of all water, all the fittings, all the vulnerable parts are off now, so she's safe for the cold weather. It will take now whatever winter wants to throw at it in freezing temperatures, so pleased with that, job done. It's a shame we never got to drive her again this, you know, sort of Christmas period, and between New Year we'd normally go out and have a steam up, but current situation doesn't allow anyway. So yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe if you can. Anyone you think might be interested in steam or a bit of scrap, yeah, give them a shout out, send them my way. I'll be most pleased to see them. And basically that's the end of this one, how to put a steamroller to bed for the winter. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay safe and take care. Bye for now.